Here we are on the road recording this time. Folks just got back from southern Spain and back in the United States right now. I must admit, the trip to Spain was very refreshing. As you can hear, I'm coughing now as I come back to the United States. I don't know why. Perhaps I'm just allergic to something in the air here. And I'm thinking what I'm getting allergic to is the stupidity of the leadership that we have in this country. My God. These people are supposed to be voting for a bill again to stop the country from defaulting, going broke, having issues and problems sending checks out to all federal employees, all people on Social Security, paying off their debts, the rating, the credit rating that people have with the world, the United States has with the world, is going to be dropped again because a millionaire and billionaire are telling Congress what to do. They are actually talking to the Speaker of the House, Elon Musk, who is not even a U.S. citizen, is telling the Speaker of the House to not pass bills, and a lot of people are going along with it. But you know what? I've realized that most of the people aren't going along with it. The ones with the largest mouths and the biggest purses are going along with it and creating this image that MAGA is going along with everything that they say, when the truth is that they're not. MAGA, all the people, the real people, aren't going along with any of this stupidity. It's only these stupid ones with the loudest voices who stand out, and I'm sure that's a minority, like it is with each and every group. And so we find ourselves once again where the government's about to shut down because of the Republican Party and far-right idiots blocking the process of the Senate instead of just doing their job. I guess you can tell by what I'm saying that I am not too bubbly today over being back in the United States because everything is just so dysfunctional. The question to us, to the ones who are sane, to the left and the right, the question is, how do we live in a world that is being run by people with less intelligence than a hamster running on a little wheel? And you might say, oh, this is far left rhetoric, or this is far right rhetoric. Let's cut the bullshit, okay? We know those designations are false, and they've been created to keep us divided, and they worked very well. And go home and claim those identities and talk about how bad the other side is and all of that. But it's time for us to really have a talk and to get rid of those identities and how false they are, and to talk about what's really going on. And what's really going on is that 1% of the people in the nation have more than 98% of the wealth. And that's not going to change. And the people that you and I are often voting for are part of that 1% of the people. In other words, 1% of the people and 10% at best are the ones running the country. And we are the serfs. We are those who are enslaved. We are the ones who do the work and produce the wealth and are not able to share in it. And then we, like the Hunger Game, run and work hard and compete in order to be guaranteed a peaceful life. And that is the way things work in this nation. So let's put away the identity politics and get back to real facts, okay? It's only when we do this that we can begin to live in this nation as we the people, instead of we the servants and the warriors for the upper class. That didn't sound so positive, did it? I think the reason it didn't is because it's not very positive living in this world right now, you know. The only way we can make it positive, I think, is by reclaiming our own power. Our own power to understand, our own power to make decisions, our power to create and develop resources for ourselves, our friends, our family, and our neighborhoods. We need to begin to recreate a bartering system where we can get the things that are necessary in our communities. More gardening, not for ornamentals or flowers, no, but getting rid of those lawns and growing food, fruit, vegetables, all kinds of things, the way they do in Switzerland, you see. And in Switzerland, in many of the backyards, they grow things, and if they don't grow something that they need, and another person in the neighborhood is growing it, they'll trade with each other. They do that themselves. They're empowered. They don't need a corrupt government to help them survive. So, the major problem, I think, with we the people of the United States is that we have given up the power that we have as human beings. We've traded the original blessing for a bowl of beans. And what was the original blessing? To be able to dream great dreams, to be able to pull together, to be able to work with our hearts and our hands to make that dream, to make that idea come out of the ether and become a reality. But we've given it up, haven't we? We've been tricked into giving it up for what we call civilization. And as I say this, and I am watching somebody driving by, it's around 40 degrees, and they are driving by in a nice sports car with the top down, freezing, just to show that they have the resources to buy this nice sports car. And that's what I mean, you know. We've given up our life and our lives in order to take on images that have been planted in our heads, the images of things that are supposed to be better than us, better than we the people. And as well, we've been filled with images of those who are supposed to be worse than us. Various races, various religions, people of various sexual orientations or classes. All of these people put on a spectrum. One supposed to be better than the other, and we put ourselves in that little spectrum, turning our back to those who are supposed to be less than us, climbing to the top to be like those who are supposed to be better and who constantly show us they have no regard for us and they hate us. And that, I think, is the most painful part of it. To enslave oneself to getting good with a group of people that will never accept you and will always hate you. That, unfortunately, is the American dream nowadays. At one time, the American dream was just to get a good job, be able to afford a house, have some children, work at that job for 20 or 30 years, no matter what the job was, you see, because a long time ago, if you worked at the job, you often got promoted and you made more money over time. And then to put money in a pension plan if you wanted to, a little bit in Social Security, put away some money maybe for kids to go to college or whatever, and to live a life. That was the American dream. Now, the American dream is just surviving, having enough to pay for rent and clothing. Some people are even living in vans, fulfilling the new American dream, which is one just to survive and just to have just a little bit of funds to be able to partake of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We have degraded as a society, and it's up to people like you and I to reclaim that which is important, to reclaim that which is loving and kind and just. And all of this starts by reclaiming our own power. The power to make decisions, the power to live a fearless life, the power to have religious experiences and to determine what they are, and if they are, the power to throw off the latest religion, which I call scientism, where science has been raised from a methodology for studying things to a philosophy that's supposed to determine the world and all of reality and all of existence and even that which is beyond resistance. Scientism, which goes all the way into the realms of philosophy and into the realms of religion, into the realms of everything that it has no business being in, because science is there to measure what can be seen and measured, not to talk about the existence of a God or not God or an angel or not angels, for that can't be measured, so science should be quiet there. And there are things that exist that cannot be measured. They're put down. They're called anecdotal evidence. If something is happening all over the world and we see it over and over again, and some scientists, like the priests of old during the medieval period, hasn't taken the time to take it apart and research it, we say that there's no proof that it's true. This is what I mean by giving up our power, our wisdom, and our knowledge. It's time to reclaim it all and to govern ourselves if the ones at the top aren't doing so. We're going to take a little break here. Take the time to check down below, to visit our website, see some of our links that can help you save money and can help us become monetized to make money and resources in order to create better podcasts and better YouTube videos. Better videos, excuse me. And when we can do this, perhaps we can seek the truth in a more entertaining and exciting way, like actually having live shows with talkbacks and discussions and things like that. Please hit the description below. Take a look. Sign up for some things. And enjoy. Now, the break. We are back. Seems like we weren't away very long at all. We're still on the road looking around. It's a beautiful sunny day. We see squirrels running around. There's a woman out here exercising, walking fast. I think you call it fast walking. The sun is shining at that soft slanted angle at which it shines all the time during the autumn. We see shadows everywhere and old dried leaves. Though there's a lot of movement around, sitting in my car, I find that it is very quiet. And I can understand how a person who is young, who is working online, making money offline, could possibly go for van life, living in a van, driving from place to place, seeing the world and the universe while they're young, instead of trying to pay for an apartment that will cost maybe $2,000 a month off the top, plus all that goes along with that. It's a shame that we, the people, have created a world where the choices are more and more limited every day, and where those who are killing, raping, and stealing, the billionaires, are understood to be the heroes. It's very sad. It's very sad that all of the beauty around us is not available for everyone. But you see, these van lifers are making it available for everyone. People who go for walks in beautiful parks and beautiful spaces, even in their neighborhood, are making it available once again for everyone. And the most important thing that we need to make available, which people aren't doing, is the sense of warmth and community that we all need so desperately. Meeting together, talking together, laughing together, even if we want to watch TV, watching TV together without the TV being the centerpiece, but being something that we watch and we laugh at and comment on every so often. We don't do that anymore. We don't have fun anymore. We measure each and every word, afraid that we might not use the politically correct word. Many of us are afraid to ask questions about the things we don't know because we feel like we are going to be attacked because we are ignorant about it. We've been building these little boxes, especially since the Trump era, I would say, to protect ourselves. And it's only now that some of us are finding that these bars around ourselves are not to keep other people out. They are our prison bars. We've constructed them, and we've lost the key. The key, you see, is playfulness. The key, you see, is joy. The key is happiness. The key is having the ability not only to ignore stupid libel statements, but even to mock them and make fun of them. When we learn to do this, we take away their power. We are on the path which is known as the via negativa. The via negativa is the one that draws us out of our complacency, brings us to a state of reality and oneness, a state that we begin to rebuild our understanding of ourselves and the universe from. Laughing is seen as via negativa because it is just about impossible to manipulate one, to brainwash one when one laughs. That is why so many authoritarians get so angry when their target begins to laugh. And so we, the people, need to create more times where we can enjoy ourselves and laugh and not laugh at what the system sets before us, but the types of things that occur normally and happily in our lives. We have to have lives in order to do that. We have to move with a sense of freedom in order to do that. My question is, can we do that? Life on planet Earth is different than the living that we have adopted. And what I'm saying, after all of this talk, after all of this complaining, after all of this mockery, yes, I'm very good at mocking stupid people, and you may say that I'm stupid too, and that makes me more accurate when it comes to seeing other people who are stupid. If it takes one to know one, I'm happy to be stupid because I know a lot of stupid people. But what I'm basically saying is we have to reclaim all of these things now if we want any type of decent life. You may disagree with me, you may agree with me, but at least I'm here bold enough to say the truth, to stand out. And so, if you like what you're hearing or not, depending on what venue you're hearing, join us. Leave some comments. Visit our website. If you're on YouTube, hit the bell, subscribe, leave some comments. Pass the link on to others so that we can get a following, so we can just keep going. We can explore what's going on in this mad world and see if we can all make things better together. Once again, thanks for being with us on our podcast, on our radio station, on YouTube. It's always good to be with you, especially on such a beautiful day.